For the Warrington Wolves, 58. And for the first time this season, I think Mike Eccles will be very, very disappointed. London really did not lay a glove on the wire in this one. It has to be said. Really poor missed tackles percentages in this game for the London Broncos. 56 missed tackles to Warrington's 9. That's just not good enough. Discipline-wise, not too bad. They only conceded a couple of penalties, but when you're missing tackles at that level, you really are going to struggle as well. They didn't complete many sets, only 21 to Warrington's 33. The Warrington's meter making in this, Paul Vaughan, Jimmy Harrison, they were on fire. 2,179 meters for the wire in this, compared to just short of 1,300 if you're a London Broncos fan. Post contact meters, 786 for the Warrington Wolves. They were at it, and one man who was absolutely at it for the wire yet again, Mr. Matt Duffy. What a season he is having thus far for the Warrington Wolves. Another 223 metres in this from 20 carries for Duffy. He had 12 tackle busts. Remember last week he had 15, 3 clean breaks, a hat-trick, and an assist. I mean, he's ball out to Fulis for the assist. A thing of absolute poetry. He is in stupendous form. We are going to be doing a segment on Duffy in Weekly tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. You'll find that very interesting. But at the moment, Matt Duffy is playing some sensational stuff. But once Warrington went to the right edge as opposed to left edge, one massive surprise in this, Matty Ashton didn't score. Couldn't believe that. But Josh Fulis, he really did benefit from the Duffy try. But also Connor Wrench. Connor Wrench's catch and pass, he did about 3 in this game. What great skill that is. Any rugby league player will tell you, to catch and pass in one motion. Wrenchy did it 3 times and executed all 3. I thought Connor Wrench had perhaps his game of the season thus far. A lot of Warrington fans very excited over Connor Wrench. 3 assists in this, 9 tackle busts. He's got pace to burn, and that's what we're seeing from Warrington this season. Their backline has got genuine pace. Last year, Ratchford, Matautia, let's be fair, the legs have gone a little bit there, but it's been replaced with quality pace in this game. You know, Ashton, Fulis, Duffy, they just all got pace, and that's really frightening if you're an opposing player. Leon Hayes again, solid and assured with Stephen Ratchford by his side. Ratchford, you know, unbelievable. Missed the easiest kick of all, but that's Stephen Ratchford. You know, he said it himself, you know, it got into his head, and sometimes that has plagued his career in big games, big moments, for whatever reason. You know, Steph does allow games or moments to get into his head, and it affects him. Real shame that he didn't get the record, it has to be said. But all in all, Warrington will be delighted with this. Great for the points difference, 54 in the right column. It does take them top of Super League. Are they the best team in the comp? I mean, Warrington won't say they are, but the one thing that Sam Burgess will be happy with is the fact that, having lost that opening game against Catalan in Perpignan, they've now gone on a 4-game winning streak. And the next game at rival rounds for the Warrington Wolves is going to be very interesting indeed, because, of course, it is the rematch against the Catalan Dragons. And we're going to find out, you know, how these two teams are going to shape up in round number 2. That, you know, and when I say round two against the two sides, I think that's going to be a real belting game that I personally cannot wait for. As for the London Broncos, I think I'm right in thinking they go up against Huddersfield Giants, and that's going to be an interesting game after what happened at the John Smith Stadium this week. You know, how will the Giants bounce back with regards to that? It's going to be very fascinating indeed, is rivals round. Like I say, this was men pretty much against boys, right across the park. Warrington Wolves completed better, the meter making was better. Mike Eccles said after the Wigan game, you know, it's all about the quality of players. And again, interesting, in the post-match press conference, Mike Eccles saying he's going to use this next couple of weeks now to assess where his team's at in terms of the loan signings he's brought in, the quality of play that he personally has got into his squad, and they're going to assess it. And for me, you know, the best that London can hope for this year is that they don't finish bottom. And I think they've got a genuine chance of not finishing bottom. If, you know, they do strengthening a couple of key areas, I think they have got, you know, sprinklings of quality in there. I think the pack size is letting them down a little bit. I just don't think they've got enough in those forward lines when they do come up against the better and the stronger teams. We've seen that against Catalan. We've seen that against Wigan. We've seen that against Saints. We've seen that against Warrington. When they come up against genuine size, they do seem to struggle. No surprise in my world that they came the closest to a win against Hull FC for that reason. So, like I say, things there maybe for Mike Eccles to assess them. I think he will. Right, let's get into the 3-2-1. It won't surprise you. Matt Duffy, yet again, getting the 3 points from Super League Raw. Has to be. Hat-trick, assist, run meters like you won't believe, tackle bust. He was all over this game. Since Sam Burgess has come in, he's revolutionised Duffy's game. He's allowing him to play more central. He's getting his hands on the ball more, and he's doing some wonderful things, is Matt Duffy. We're going to give 2 points to Warrington Wolves' Conor Wrench. I mean, again, I expect that Fewlis will get Man of Steel points because of his hat-trick, but trust me, go and watch Conor Wrench's game in this. He had a sensational game, did Conor Wrench, fully deserving of his 2 points for me in this. Like I say, some exceptional skill on show. He had some lovely moments in it, so I'm going to give the 2 points to Conor Wrench this week, and one has to go to Paul Vaughan. Another 212 metres from 20 carries from Vaughan, a 5 tackle bust in this, 16 tackles in D. He even got an assist on the day. I mean, Paul Vaughan, outstanding yet again. Dream teamer last year, and on this form could make it 2 years in a row. Do you agree with that 3-2-1? How impressed were you in Warrington? Can they do better? Well, they're already doing better, but remember last season they dropped away. Will they drop away again? What's your thoughts on that? Nobody's saying for one moment they're the best team in the comp, even though they're sitting first. I certainly aren't, but this is as good as it could have been after that initial defeat. They'll be pleased with the Warrington Wolves. Some fantastic skill on show throughout this game for the Wire. London, back to the drawing board for them. That's in the sheds, over and done with for round number 5. I hope that you are enjoying in the sheds, because knowing the sheds next week because it's Challenge Cup, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Don't forget, Super League Royal Weekly is back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. live on our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube channels. And of course, In Conversation with Oliver Parton debuts will premiere on our YouTube channel and also as a podcast from this Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Loads of great stuff coming your way from Super League Royal, including the news update later on this afternoon once the match review panel have had their say. We hope you've enjoyed it. Enjoyed your rugby league in round number 5. We'll be back for round number 6. Bye for now, folks.